evening, afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark,
And I'm Zoe.
and we are the Board Adventurers. We're coming at you today with our, I guess you could say, quarterly 2024 vlog. We decided, maybe we've been in this channel for about a year now.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you maybe some information for what we do, what we are kind of like looking at in terms of games. Maybe talk about a couple games that we're looking to either find and get this year, and then kind of just like I don't know, give you guys a little bit of more insight into who we are as people.
Pretty much, yeah.
So maybe I'll just start. So we, as a Board Adventurers, we're based out of Northern Jersey, right on the border of New York City. Most of our gaming is done in Jersey, and we have friends that come up and down from the state.
Yeah.
And we do both work in the city, I guess you could say, considering we do work slightly remote for most of the time. But I work as an engineer, and I believe you're
Digital marketing.
Yep. And then because of the pandemic, we got into board games kind of through that, or we were already in board gaming, but we kind of have escalated our plays as the pandemic progressed, because we had a lot of time to kind of just sit around.
So far in 2024, I guess we could talk about what gaming for us so far in the year, which kind of been a lot of campaign games.
Right.
Which we have been exploring. We've been playing Sleeping Gods. We completed Sleeping Gods, and right now we are playing Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion.
Right.
With a bunch of other campaign/legacy games kind of in waiting.
Right.
Other than that, we've been, doing our usual board gaming nights once a month, pulling out, some favorites.
Yep, we recently just played Raw. We'll eventually either do a review on that or add that into some sort of maybe list of things we could do.
Yeah.
We also started, at least in this year, the main purpose when we first started the channel was to try to do tutorials, because our gaming group wants to find tutorials to do. So we actually started doing one. We have one for one of our favorite games from last year, Acquire. So you can check that out. We'll probably add a link to the description here. But we intend to do a couple more tutorials as the year goes on. I definitely do want to do one for Grand Austria, because I really like it that much.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what else we can do based on the kind of appeal that our group is looking for.
Yeah, and in terms of kind of, you mentioned the tutorial, in terms of the type of videos that we're going to be making, I think at this point we're kind of made a lot of reviews for older games, which we're still going to continue doing. I feel like the people who do watch our videos, that's what they're kind of looking for, where we're going to do more top 10 lists, more vlogs, more tutorials, more themed months, which we did with Stonemaier.
Yeah, we just did Stonemaier. We actually haven't played Expedition, which is right here.
Yeah,
we meant to get around to it, but again, there's just too many board games and not enough time. We eventually will get around to this.
Yeah.
But like I said, that Stonemaier month was pretty fun. I think what we plan to do for our next one is going to be a 2-player only game. So we'll look to review maybe as many 2-player games as possible.
And we own a lot of 2-player
and then
games.
maybe eventually get to doing our top 10 2-player only games, which is something we are kind of excited to do. There is, so we have been talking kind of internally for this. And at some point when we reach 50 videos, we want to at some point do our top 50 games of all time.
Yeah.
And the rate that this seems to be going is that since we've done 25 in year one, which, is pretty low compared to a lot of other, review channels out there, we're looking to probably have that out by the end of the year. So we're looking to have video 50 as the start of our top 50 games of all time. And I'm already starting to put a list together, and it's already hard to kind of cut that down.
Agreed.
I think I'm already at 60, and having to cut down to 50 is it's gonna be hard. Especially we have a whole new year of games that is going to be coming out, and we haven't played yet.
Yeah. Speaking of new games, anything in 2024 that you purchased or back?
Oh yeah. So I know we haven't really talked about Kickstarter a lot. We kind of started to lull a little bit on Kickstarter recently. But there are games that we've backed and we actually have received recently that we want to check out and have again added to the queue of all the games that we're going to play.
Yeah.
Two of them are actually right here. You can see right here there's Battle of Versailles. That's a 2-player game. I liked it a lot because I played it at PAX. And then right below it, you'll see Take a Seat right here. It's like a share and write game, I guess you could say. It's like you take one of these pads, and you're gonna fill in one of the circles on that shape.
Yeah.
You're then gonna take the shape and you're gonna draw it onto your board. You're sharing between 2 other people. So meaning that the first one I'm gonna share with the person on my left. The second I'm gonna take the person on my right, and each one of them has a certain power.
Yeah.
And you get to do kind of like everything up to 2 times. So there's 7 different lines, and you're gonna add 14 different shapes.
Yeah.
We haven't played that as a group yet, but I do intend to share that because I really enjoyed it when I first played it at PAX.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And what are you looking at?
So in terms of, for me, there have been, since the start of the year, there's been about 3 Kickstarter games that came to my house. ISS Vanguard, which I've talked about in previous videos.
You finally got ISS.
I finally got ISS Vanguard. Divinus, which is a legacy.
Is that Lucky Duck?
That's Lucky Duck. It's a legacy, legacy Lucky Duck game that came in recently, and
is that like Destiny's?
It's not like Destiny's. It's more. It's tile laying. And Destiny's more campaign. This is more legacy, where the
co-op.
No, it's versus.
Okay.
Where your dice change, what you're playing with changes, and the rules change from game to game.
I see.
But other than Divinus, I just got a new game recently. Let's Go to Japan, AEG.
Oh, you came in?
That came in
really?
2 days ago. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing that.
Okay, I'm intrigued by that.
Nice.
Yeah.
In terms of games purchased, Sky Team. I play a lot of 2-player games. I enjoy 2-player games a lot. Sky Team was one that was definitely on my list that came out last year that I wanted to check out.
Yeah. So we don't really go to a lot of board game stores. The one that I would frequently visit is the Complete Strategist in New York City. It's in Manhattan. That's where I kind of like see if I could find a lot of games just like being able to take it home right away as opposed to buying it online.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when I had seen Sky Team, I had messaged you. I was like, "Hey, do you want Sky Team?"
And I was like, "Yes, I want Sky Team."
the hype for Sky Team has been pretty high, and I'm all for trying out this game because it looks really good.
And for me, any 2-player game that's getting a lot of hype or getting a lot of love, I pretty much put it on my radar because I generally like those type of games.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Sky Team was definitely one I wanted to check out, and there was a couple games I recently backed. Since we've been playing a lot of Sleeping Gods and really enjoyed it, I decided to back Creature Caravan, which is another Red Ravens game.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So looking forward to that, and I backed Flow.
Okay.
Recently.
Nice.
So those are the 2 games that I backed.
In terms of Kickstarter, I haven't really been too much on the Kickstarter buzz this past year. I've kind of lulled on it after getting, Marvel Zombies, getting the Everdell box, and getting basically most of the Garfield games.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Kickstarter, I think, what did I back recently? What did I back recently?
Inferno?
Oh yeah, Dante's Inferno. I backed very recently. I think I backed it right on the day of the final. I think I saw hype for it, and I was like, okay, I should really look into this. I looked at the Kickstarter page. I went down it. I was trying to convince myself not to get it, but I ended up doing it anyway.
Nice.
And I think, I think that's it for there's other Kickstarters that are coming in.
Yeah.
I think I have. Yeah, I'm not sure what I have right now. I'd have to check, but there are games that I have missed, and I want to go back, and I either want to, if I see them at the store or somewhere, cheap online, I'll go out and get them. But Veil of Eternity has been on my radar. I looked at exactly the gameplay for that, and I think that'd be something in me and Jen's wheelhouse, which is my wife, and then. Fractured Sky was a Kickstarter that I
100%.
missed, and now that I'm kind of seeing it and seeing a couple playthroughs. I definitely want to try to get that to where I can.
Yeah, our relationship with Kickstarter has completely changed from when we really started getting into Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because we used to back a lot of games. And I wonder if it's because we've just been burned one too many times in terms of the quality of the game or the price of the game after receiving them.
Right.
At least for me, because I notice there's a lot of games that I back. I get it, haven't touched it yet, and then I go on Game Nerds and I see it on sale for like $30, or like half the price of what I paid for it.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. It feels like I would say maybe a quarter of these games right here. This is my own personal collection back here. Are from Kickstarter or some sort of crowdfunding, thing. And for the most part, they haven't necessarily been touched yet. I want to try to change that into a more of a playing box as opposed to just collecting dust kind of box.
Yeah, no.
And I think that's why I kind of like slightly fell off the Kickstarter kind of like craze backing.
Yeah. I still talked about a lot of games that we back, but man, we used to back way more.
Oh yeah, and like we used to go for like deluxe copies now. It just feels like we're slowly tending back towards base game solo pledges only.
Yeah, because there's a lot of one of the worst feelings is kind of like backing a game, spending as much money as it is. Because Kickstarter is not cheap.
Yeah. And
then the game comes in, you play it, and you're like, I hate this game.
Yeah. And it's hard to gauge, because you're, again, it's that idea of, backing something that's based on hype alone, based on just like what could be considered a prototype of a game, and then getting almost double the amount of pieces that you need for the game and realize you don't really like it. Yeah. And then suddenly it becomes like, what do I do with the box?
Yeah. So we've been really slowing down in terms of our Kickstarter.
Yeah. I think it's just an idea of like, just be aware when you're like backing a lot of things, like how much your time really is stretched for that.
Yeah.
And then really kind of delve into like what about the game makes you want to get it.
Exactly. That's a big part of why we don't really cover Kickstarter games on our channel.
Yeah.
I don't think we really want to contribute to Kickstarter hype.
Yeah, same. Like, I'd rather have the finished copy.
Yeah,
and then
100%.
being able to give you an opinion of, this is what you are going to get when you get out of it. So, yeah.
But yeah, anything else in terms of winter 2024?
I don't know, like next year's a little bit of time away, but I'm kind of just excited to get more videos out so we can get to that top 50.
Yeah,
I want to see what I don't know what your top 10 is. I could maybe guess one. But my top 10, I want to say, has shifted over the years.
Yeah, it's interesting with board game rankings, right? Like every time I think of it, it changes. Yeah. It's very
and if really like I just need to get something on paper. Like I feel like I think about certain games, I'm like that would be in my top 20, but I haven't really put it into a listing category where I've compared games together.
Yeah, same. I gotta really jot down what my top 50 is gonna be, because I think in my top 10 or my top 5, and I'm like, this is so not just interchangeable, but I don't even know which one would be what, and it's tough. I really sympathize with the channels that are known for making top 10s.
Yeah, every year.
Yeah,
like that to me is kind of wild. And like all to them, because they can just like have an updated list every year.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we don't play enough that I think a top 10 would be adjusted unless it was every like 3 years.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll play more games as the years go on. And then being able to maybe get more into this this channel, and then maybe be able to update more.
Nice.
But who knows? We'll see.
Cool. Good stuff.
All right. That's kind of like where we stand right now in terms of early 2024. We'll probably do one of these a quarter.
Every quarter. Yeah.
Just to update, everyone like what we're up to.
Yeah. What we're playing, what we're buying, what we're doing with the channel.
Yeah. Something that just keep you guys updated.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
All right, guys. I'm Zoe.
I'm Mark.
We'll see you on the next adventure.